I learned early on that it doesn't really matter how much DPS your ship puts out. What really matters is how much damage you can put on the target over the course of the fight. An example of this would be when I first started out, I would go on battleship roams with people that were in Megathrons, and they were in gank megas that did like over 1,000 DPS, and I was in a low-skilled Armageddon that only did about 600, maybe 700 DPS if I was lucky. And we'd both jump through the gate at the same time, and there'd be a ship, say a battlecruiser, 12k off the gate, and we'd both engage, and 90% of the time, my Geddon would end up as top damage dealer, even though there were several of these gank megas in the fleet. And what was causing this was my Armageddon, its guns range was over 10k. I think it was around 13 kilometers was the optimal. So I could uncloak, lock the target, and get damage on it instantly. The megas, on the other hand, had to hit their microwarp drive and approach and get to within about less than 5k before they really started doing their maximum DPS. So what was happening was my Armageddon could get damage instantly. It could get damage on the target faster than the Megathrons could, thus giving me more effective DPS than the Megathrons over the course of the fight. And this is the same thing with shortcuts, especially drone shortcuts, which is what I'm going to talk about in this video. Drone shortcuts allow you to lock the target and engage the drones without having to go through the hassle of right-clicking, then clicking engage. By having shortcuts for your drones, you can get your DPS onto the target much quicker than if you were to have to do it the manual slow way. You can see right here, if you hit escape, then go to shortcuts and then drones, you have the shortcuts for all drones engage and all drones return to drone bay. I set these to Alt E and Alt R because they're easy to remember and they're right next to each other on the keyboard. So E is for engage and R is for return. To set the shortcuts, just click on the shortcut you want to set, then edit shortcut, and then enter the key combination you want. By getting your damage onto the target faster, you'll do more damage over the course of the fight, and you'll win more of your fights.